Now, on Monday, October 7, around 10:45 a.m., Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua received an important call. At the time, Mr. Gachagua was in a meeting with close family members and his legal team at his current residence preparing for his address to the National Assembly during his impeachment proceedings the following day. It is the kind of a call that a man facing the battle of his lifetime as he was will have evoked mixed emotions. Either he was getting help at his hour of need, or his troubles were about to get worse. On the line was President William Ruto. Mr. Gachagua and his boss had not spoken for long since the last time they had met at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport JKIA in July. Mr. Gachagua would later reveal in subsequent media interviews as the push to impeach him became public that their encounter didn't end well. This is why the call from his boss only hours to Mr. Gachagua's appearance before the MPs in a last-ditch effort to save his political career wasn't routine. Mr. Gachagua was optimistic and had hoped the president had either called to assure him all will be well or to grant him an opportunity to patch up their differences. However, none of the two was the reason for the president's call. Instead, it took less than a minute for the president to pass his message to his deputy. At the end of the call, it was clear to Mr. Gachagua that he was on his own. Multiple sources with people close to the deputy president and familiar with the dramatic events told them Cuban News prior to the call that Mr. Gachagua had sent emissaries to the president in a final attempt to save himself. The peace missions had failed, which point to the dramatic call on Monday. Responding to the Cuban News inquiries about the call, mediation efforts, and President William Ruto's silence about the woes facing his principal assistant, State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed said this, and I quote, "I am not aware of any delegation of church leaders, nor do I know of any phone calls. The president has no role in the ongoing issues, as the constitution has clearly assigned those responsibilities to branches of government other than the executive," end of quote. It emerged the latest on Sunday. On the same day, the deputy president publicly sought forgiveness from his boss and MPs at the church service. President William Ruto had met with a group of religious leaders who were on a mission to reconcile the two. Catholic Bishop Anthony Moheria, ACK Church Archbishop James Olesapate, SDA leader Samson Nyaberi, and leaders of evangelical churches were among those who spearheaded efforts to broker a truce between the deputy president and his boss. The clerics had sought to find out the reason for the fallout between the two leaders and what it will take to reconcile them. According to sources privy to discussions, the president said his deputy had estranged most MPs with this embraciveness. President William Ruto also accused his deputy of fighting government policies and not publicizing projects being implemented in Mount Kenya. But even more grave, the president is reported to have alluded to a scheme by his deputy that was the source of their irreconcilable differences. This is Cuban News.